Hey, welcome to Hardcore Mixing, the show where I take things that I have learned in my producing, song making, music journey and, regurgitate it back to you in little video chunks so that you can apply that knowledge to your song making, producing, music journey. This first episode, I'm going to be covering what I think is the most important thing that is also the most overlooked thing. So it's not the most important. It's not the most, but combo of important and overlooked, yes, thing in recording, and that is the drum room microphone. Now, when I say drum room microphone, I do not mean a microphone that's put some random spot in the room, you point at the drums, and you go, oh, sounds like drum set in the room. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I am talking about a microphone that you use to capture the room in response to the drum set that is being played in the room. It's a little difference. It's a big difference. I might get some flack for saying this, but if you just kind of point a mic at the kit at a point in the room, I'm not saying it sounds bad. I'm saying you're using a glorified overhead. Now, what you want, or what I want, or what I think other people should want, because it sounds friggin' sweet, is if you point the mic not necessarily away from the kit, not necessarily not at the kit, but just at the point in the room that the room sounds its best in response to the drums being played. Now, my room is not glamorous, as you can see from this picture. It's 15 by 20 feet. I mean, it's not massive. I've done some sound treatment, but it's not an amazing room. It is a video game playing hangout room with music stuff in it. I don't have a fabulous setup, but I make it work, and I'm here to try to help you make your situation work. Now, I'm going to play this for you. This is the drum mix. I mean, I've done some stuff. There's compression, EQ, and a little bit of reverb, but most of the ambience is going to be coming from the room mic. This is my drum mix without the room mic. It's like a little bit of a beat, and then it opens up into a snare roll. As you can see here, it opens up. So that's all you need to know. So listen to this right here. This is without the room mic. And again, for good measure. Sounds pretty good. Drums are punchy. Overheads are overhead. They're capturing the cymbals. Now, I'm going to throw in this room mic here. Okay, so the whole sound just opens right the crap up, and that's a mono room mic. Like, it shouldn't have that, all-encompassing expanding effect in theory, on paper, according to most people's line of thought. But that mono room mic, to my ears at least, opens everything right up. Now, I'm going to show you right here. This is what it sounded like in the room. Now, this was, I used an AB overhead setup, and then I put the room mic equidistant from the snare drum as the overheads to make sure all those phases were lined up. I think there were, I don't know, like each 4 feet away, 3 feet away. I feel like it was 4 feet. I feel like I'm not lying to you if I say it was 4 feet. Away from the drum kit, pretty much just right in front of it, so you're right where the impact of the playing is happening, but you're capturing the room. The sound that's happening in the room, the response from the room. Here's how that sounded. It sounds like you're in a room and someone's playing drums. Obviously less deafening because drum sets are loud. Now I'm going to show you what I have done here, and then I'll show your ears what I have done here. Now I've got everything engaged on the CLA 76 by Waves. If you see it on sale, go get it. This thing is indispensable. So I've got so it's just crushing it. I've got the slowest attack setting, which is still pretty fast. It's a millisecond. And then I've got a decently fast release going on here. We've got 6.05 out of a possible 7. That's probably like 60, 70 milliseconds, I would imagine. I like to have it as fast as possible usually, but with the nature of this song and how fast and pumping it is already, it kind of got mushy and indistinct, so I wanted that release to sort of clamp down on the room, keep things tame for just a second, at least till the next hit comes in. And that's where the attack lets a bit of that through, etc., etc., rinse, repeat. And I'm driving it pretty hard. I'm going to turn this on without the EQ there. You'll be able to hear firsthand exactly what's going on with this compressor. There's no compression. And in. I mean, technically, the one without the compression is louder. But it's a lot more crushing, a lot more in your face, a lot more aggressive. So this was no room mic. And room mic engaged without the EQ. Man, those 4 snare hits at the end. That room mic is doing a lot. That compression is doing a lot for the room mic. Here's again without and with. It's night and day. It's a decent drum sound to begin with. Don't get me wrong, I'm proud of the sounds I got, even without the room mic, but that room mic really ties everything together. I cannot emphasize enough. If you're recording drums at home and you think, oh, my room sounds like butthole, you know, I can use a room mic, just use it, compress the dick off of it, and then what I did with my room mic, I'll show you right here, no secrets. So I just took the edge off. So it took away some of the presence, that immediate presence. But it really adds to the ambience. There was some ugly stuff going around, I believe 350, yeah, and 950. I dipped some of that out with a pretty wide Q, just using the stock Reaper EQ. Like I'm not using fancy $1 tools here. This is all, you know, relatively budget. I mean, these are sweet and expensive if you don't get them on sale, but I'm pretty sure I got this compressor for like $80 on the 4th of July sale on the Waves site. So seriously, watch out for that. Pick it up if you get the chance. Like, you'll regret it if you don't. Now, I'm going to show you a few more instances throughout this song where the room mic is just absolutely indispensable. Now, there's the snare roll at the very beginning of the song, similar to the one that I already showed you. Here it is without the room mic. Tight snare sound. Sounds good. Now, it's massive, especially at the ending here. I mean, it's tight and punchy and clear. But it's massive and crushing when you get that room mic in there. Now, there's this breakdown over here that, to me, it sounds kind of depressing, if I'm going to be honest, without the room mic in there. I mean, it's drums getting hit hard, but I mean, it's relatively lifeless. It's just kind of happening to you as the listener, but with that room mic in. Like, it really opens the cymbals right up. The drums are commanding and powerful. It's amazing what the room mic does. So right here, I was hitting the snare drum as hard as I could. Just 8 solid snare hits. Here it is without the room. I mean, you can hear that it's a snare drum, you know, getting pummeled to crap, but throw the room mic in, and you can hear just the walls of the room kind of like buckling, I guess, in response to that snare drum just being slammed. I'll throw the room mic in halfway through so you can hear directly the difference. I mean, it sounds like a massive room. And I'm going to throw that picture up again. It's not a massive room. Here's what it sounds like. Like, that's the raw room. Throw that slamming compression on it. And then throwing that in the mix. I've said this already, night and day. It's unreal. Now, there's this big stomp and breakdown at the end. So that's, again, just kind of happening. Now here it is with the room mic. And I'll do that again, and I'll put the room mic in halfway for you. Cannot emphasize enough, if you are not using a room mic on your drums, do it. Just use a room mic on your drums. You will not, you can't regret it. Slam it with compression. Don't listen to those people that are like, you should parallel compress the room mic because you don't want to choke the life out of it. You do. If you want an aggressive drum sound, you do want to choke the life out of it. This has been Hardcore Mixing, and if you find this at all informative or entertaining, just click that little subscribe button down below. I'd really appreciate it. You know who else would appreciate it? Vicky Vale. The drums used in this are off of their 3rd album, which they are recording with me, so you should go check out their other 2 albums here. Vicky Vale, Bandcamp, music. Listen to it. It's good. I like it. I'll see you next time.